you focus on the process of achieving the goal, the biggest takeaway is not about the goal. The biggest takeaway is self-knowledge. The goal is only a disguise.
Right.
In the pursuit of your goal, you know more about yourself. You know your strength, you know your weakness, and what are the things that you need to do in order to become a much more wiser, much more whole person.
How does learning NLP help us bridge ourselves closer towards compassion, spirituality, and these positive emotions?
Well, the fact that you have a methodology and a system to be able to continually re-evaluate yourself and in terms of achieving what you want. When I talk about spirituality, right, it's not in the angelic realm and some airy-fairy kind of concept. But the fact is, if you talk about personal development, if you continue to develop yourself, it will inevitably come to a space whereby it goes beyond yourself. It goes beyond what we call identification of what you want. You begin to look into what we call your purpose of your existence, the community that you operate in, the group of people that you identify, how, in what way that you could bring the best value into the world. And that is just one hairline away from being spiritual, basically. Spiritual is to get outside of yourself and see a bigger picture. And know that everything happens for a purpose and you have a role to play in the larger scheme of life. That is spiritual. Right? It's not just me, I, me. So I think that since we're going to get there anyway, it's great to be able to have some so-called discipline practice, right, to build that part of us so that we can then tap into a field of knowledge, field of energy. Now, a lot of time, I think that's where the confusion is, that people think that, from a spiritual realm, if you're continually focusing on goal and trying to achieve your goal and everything else, right, a person who's goal-oriented is usually not spiritually oriented as well, because there seems to be a dichotomy between achieving a goal and being a spiritual person. They are not together. Well, that's not true actually. And this body of wisdom comes from Hinduism. Karma Yoga says that you are able to go into the work that you need to do. You do it with love, you do it with perfection, you do it with a high quality, but you are not overly concerned with the goal. You surrender the goal and the fruits of your labor to God. And if you put it into a corporate setting in the business world, actually when people do that, they operate much better, they are much more efficient. Because the tension of achieving the goal, the neediness of the goal is taken away, they can focus on the quality work. And they dedicate their work to a higher power, to a higher wisdom. Right? See, then you see the thing comes together. So the idea of using NLP to bridge these two together is like Karma Yoga. We are focused on goal, but we are actually focused on the process of achieving the goal.